Hey guys, welcome back to the video from me, Lonnie's. Um, I'm literally editing this and I finished writing this and no, not writing, like editing it today, which is the day it's coming out. And I was locked in, you guys. That's why the video is so short because I didn't know what to do for real. I was just yapping out my ass with this video, but I do like it, so maybe I'd like it too. Each section is inspired by like kind of like a song, I guess. And that's a little special element I tried to add instead of this just being like a regular like birthday video. But yeah, I don't know. I hope you guys enjoy it because oh my gosh, it took the life out of me. I literally, as soon as I finished recording, like screen recording the parts, I went to sleep because I was so tired. But yeah, I had to get this out for you guys. I saw a comment that said this better be out on time, and I was like, let's make this a challenge. Let's see if I can do it. And I could have done it if I had to take a nap. I could have already had this posted, but I was that tired. But I hope you guys enjoy. Bye.
With me, I need too much attention for shit like that. You wrong for shit.
It was the twins'
like that.
birthday eve, and the TV was blaring in front of them, some old horror movie playing in the background while neither of them paid attention. Atsumu was lying sideways on the couch, his phone screen lighting up his face in the blue glare. Osamu sat at the other end, scrolling through food reviews like he hadn't heard the same sigh from his brother for the past half hour. Then came another one, louder this time. "I don't know why you aren't as mad as me," Atsumu said finally, tossing his phone onto the coffee table like it personally offended him. Osamu didn't even look up. "Because I don't get why you're this mad. Sakusa's always busy. Okay? He knows I need attention for shit like this." Osamu shrugged as he blinked slowly, thumb still moving. "What do you want me to say? Something validating, maybe?" Atsumu said, hugging a Euro pillow Sakusa had gifted to him to his chest. "It's literally the day before my birthday, and he's off with relatives he doesn't even like." Osamu sighed through his nose, putting his phone down. "I don't know how you're even in a relationship. Because I'm often sought after." "Yeah, okay, except you chased Sakusa, remember?" Atsumu glared at him, mouth open to argue, but his phone started buzzing, the name on the screen making him groan. He answered and hit speaker. "What?" Sakusa's voice came through. "Are you seriously still mad?" "Well yes. You're ditching me on my own birthday for some fuckus relatives you see every millennium. You're being unreasonable. And I have the right to be," Atsumu said, then hung up, tossing the phone again. Osamu's eyes flicked to him. "You don't think you're being dramatic?" Atsumu crossed his arms, slumping into the couch. "Probably," he muttered. "But I need him to know he's in the wrong." Osamu chuckled, shaking his head. "I really don't know how you're in a relationship." Atsumu smirked faintly. "Because I'm charming." "Yeah right." That earned him a pillow to the face.
Painted a picture. I thought I knew you well.
The next morning, the twins stood side by side at the sink, brushing their teeth in silence. Toothpaste foam dribbled as they stared down at their phones, both screens blank. They caught each other's eyes in the mirror. "Me too." Osamu mumbled around his toothbrush. Atsumu spat and sighed. "Figures." When they went downstairs, they froze mid-step. On the kitchen counter sat a massive cake, bright blue frosting, red letters saying, Thing 1 and Thing 2. Their mum beamed from behind it. "Happy birthday boys," she said, throwing her arms wide. She had to tiptoe to wrap her arms around their necks as they bent down. "I can't believe my babies are 18. Atsumu grinned teasing. "And I can't believe you baked." She smacked his arm. "It's store-bought, brat." Osamu laughed. "Looks beautiful, Ma, thanks." "So, what are you two doing for your birthday?" she asked, hands on her hips. "You got plans with Kayumi and Rin?" The twins exchanged a silent glance, the same smirk under neutral faces. Then they threw their arms around her dramatically. "Mommy, they forgot." Atsumu whined, making her roll her eyes, tired of their antics. "Then break up with them." That made both of them burst into laughter, letting go and breaking character. You know the Mias don't take bullshit like that, she said, smiling proudly. Osamu brushed a hand through her hair as he started playing with it. So does this mean we get a free day? You're 18, not 8. You're going to school. They groaned in unison. Osamu ruffled her hair and ran before she could swat him with a dish towel. Upstairs, Atsumu buttoned up his gray trousers, and loosened the tie around his neck. You feel it now? Osamu shrugged, tugging his uniform jacket on. A little. But I go to school with Rin, so it's a tad bit harder to stay mad at him. Couldn't be me? Atsumu muttered. I personally would never rule out the option of silent treatment. Osamu rolled his eyes. So I take it you're not gonna text Sakusa then? Atsumu looked offended. Why on earth would I text him first on my birthday? He adjusted his hair in the mirror as he let out an exhale. I'm in a state of hate right now. Let's get food before school.
If you got it, it ain't a question. Oh, it ain't no room for guessing.
By the time they got to school, everyone seemed to know it was their birthday. Students shouted happy birthday in the halls, handing them snacks and letters. Both of their arms were full of small gifts bags and still, Osamu found himself glancing toward the vending machine where Suna usually waited. It was empty. He turned to Atsumu, who was already looking at him, and they both grinned. I think our telepathy's working overtime today, Osamu said, barely holding back a laugh. Atsumu grinned wider. Let's just not give a fuck about it no more. We should just treat it as if it was a silent breakup. Osamu sighed, unwrapping a granola bar. You're unbelievable. By lunch, their desks were covered in snacks and cards, a small pile of evidence that everyone else remembered except the ones who mattered. Atsumu sat refreshing his messages again and again, while Osamu leaned on his hand, watching. I thought you said we weren't gonna give a fuck, Osamu said, and Atsumu didn't look up. It's hard not to care when the one person you want to at least tell you happy birthday isn't doing that. Then Osamu's phone buzzed. He opened it, a text from Suna. Come to my house after school. We need to talk. Atsumu immediately leaned over. Is that a booty call? Osamu snorted. Seems more like a breakup conversation. He powered his phone off and pocketed it. Better than a silent one, I suppose. Atsumu raised his eyebrows, smirking.
Truth is I'm dishonest, 'cause I'm always scared to get too deep.
After school, they went home, sitting on the couch with Aaron eating the cake their mum made. Aaron had frosting on the corner of his lip, talking with his mouth full. I say you go. What if he's got a good reason? Osamu licked his popsicle thoughtfully. With those same fingers he used to text me to come over, he could have explained why he didn't come to school. Atsumu, poking at his sushi, muttered. You're cooking. Here's my theory, I don't think they forgot. I think they just didn't wanna talk to us. You guys are too negative, Aaron said, shaking his head. Go, you should hear him out at least. Osamu stood up, stretching. I'm glad I have a second voice of reason. Atsumu's just like Ma, dramatic as hell. Atsumu glared. And yet still always right. Dash. They headed to Suna's house, knocking once. No answer. Let's leave, Atsumu said, already walking away with his sushi tray in hand. It's clearly a sign, you guys. Aaron grabbed his hoodie, dragging him back. Stop it. He looked down at the sushi, then up at Atsumu. Atsumu narrowed his eyes. No. Aaron took a roll and ate it. I hate you, Atsumu muttered, offended. Osamu knocked again. The door opened, and Suna's mum smiled brightly. Osamu, what are you doing here? Good evening, Rin asked me to come over, Osamu said. Oh, he's not here right now. But you can come wait inside. They stepped into the dark house. Why's it? Atsumu started, but before he could finish, the lights turned on. Happy birthday. Confetti burst into the air. Sakusa and Suna stood behind the couch, grinning. Aaron started laughing immediately while Atsumu and Osamu just stood there, half annoyed, half stunned. Sakusa rushed over to Atsumu. I'm sorry, he said quickly. I wanted to text you so bad, but he wouldn't let me. Atsumu hugged him back stiffly, eyes still squinted in confusion. Aaron grinned. He was ready to break up with you. Shut up. Atsumu yelled, hitting him. Sakusa stared. That quickly? Over one day, are you for real? Then he shook his head and walked away dramatically, making everyone burst out laughing. Suna turned to Osamu, smiling sheepishly. Sorry I didn't come to school today, but hey, it worked out, right? Osamu gave him a lazy but soft look. I thought you were trying to break up with me. Suna pouted, trying not to laugh, then hugged him. I have to go pick him up from the station. For someone so rich, you'd think he could hire a driver or something. Osamu snorted, sitting beside him. You could have at least texted me a quick happy birthday. Suna sighed. It wasn't even on purpose. I just wanted to surprise Atsumu with Sakusa here rather than them just FaceTiming the whole day, and I spent so much of the time trying to convince Sakusa that it was a good idea and... Osamu smiled softly, then leaned in and kissed him. It's okay, Rin. I'm just glad I don't have to be mad anymore. I kinda hate it. Atsumu and Sakusa were upstairs in Suna's room. Sakusa sat at the desk, arms crossed. Atsumu stood by the bed with his hands on his hips. Why are you mad? Atsumu demanded. I should be the one that's mad. You didn't talk to me all day, and it's my birthday. Sakusa let out a frustrated breath. I'm mad because you were so mad you even had the thought about breaking up with me. You literally said you'd get my name tattooed. Atsumu blinked as he walked closer, softer no. I'm sorry, I was butthurt. But can you really blame me? Sakusa's shoulders relaxed. No, I guess not. Atsumu smiled, leaning forward to kiss him. Never pull this shit again though, Omi. I'm serious. Sakusa nodded, humming already leaning back in. When they finally came downstairs, both their hairs were a mess. Everyone looked up from the couch. Osamu raised a brow. Really? Atsumu grinned. What? We were resolving. Everyone groaned.